Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So apparently yesterday I made a mistake. It's an odd scenario. So just to give a heads up on what it was. Bernie Sanders is out campaigning for John Fetterman in Philadelphia. Now this was on May 4th. In campaigning for John Fetterman, he's doing his thing, you know, Medicare for all, etc., etc. And a guy jumps on stage and starts screaming at Sanders, chains himself to the railing, and the cops have to pull him away. And the only thing you can really hear from him is Russia propaganda. That's all you hear. Now, I looked at this video and I was like, what the fuck? He could have killed Sanders. Now, to be fair, I looked at this and it's somewhat of a snap moment when I first saw it on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, he could have killed Sanders. And I was reading the blurb and everything else that went along with it from Reddit. Apparently I was wrong on this, and just so you can see what I mean, to me this was somewhat visceral, because I thought to myself, he's lining up behind Sanders, he's within spitting distance of him, and if he was holding on to anything, or if he had a weapon or something like that, and with the hysteria that's taken place with regards to Russia, if I overreacted, fair enough, but I overreacted in an area that I think I'm allowed to. This is what I'm talking about, just so we know what we're talking about.
For a very, very long time. What John's campaign is about, and what the progressive message is about, is that we are going to transform this country and create a government that works for all of us, not just wealthy campaign contributors. There is no reason why we remain the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people as a right, not a privilege. And John is going to work with me to pass a Medicare for all single-payer system.
You're pushing Russian propaganda. That's what it sounded like he said. That's what came across the mic. Now, this guy apparently talked to Jimmy Dore. At least some people in my audience was like, oh, dude, you got this wrong. This guy talked to Jimmy Dore. This guy was supposedly, according to what I'm told by people who heard this conversation or heard the interview, a Green Party member. And he was angry that Sanders was pushing Russian propaganda. His screaming, you're pushing Russian propaganda, wasn't in response to Sanders talking about Medicare for all and all this other stuff. Apparently it was in response to, how dare you, you're pushing Russian propaganda, you're pushing us to this kind of brink of war, and you need to stand up against it. Now, my Green Party supporters, subscribers, looked at this and was like, how do we know that guy's a Green Party person? Guys, I don't know, I don't care. I was concerned that this was a threat. Look, I call the guy a maniac. I still think he's somewhat of a maniac. Is it right or wrong to interfere with the speech in this way? I have to be honest. I've always been somewhat iffy about this. And let me explain why. Imagine a situation where everybody's speech gets shut down, or everyone's rally gets shut down. I don't know where that goes. I mean, can you... But again, there's some things that matters more. This stuff is always odd to me, that there's no definitive. There's sometimes where you can make a point that is mandated, at other times where you can say, okay, that's ridiculous. If people are invading Barack Obama's rally saying you're a socialist, well, those people are fucking idiots. If somebody is invading a rally saying you're pushing Russian propaganda, you're dragging us closer to war, and you're getting in line with the Democrats, it's a little different. I don't know. All I know is apparently I was wrong, at least going by what's being relayed back to me on this. I have no way to contact this guy. I don't know who this guy is. Nevertheless, either way, it's besides the point. my reporting on that was somewhat off. So I'm just giving you a heads up on the latest news that I have on that particular case. Apparently Bernie Sanders is not in danger, at least not from a maniac that jumps on stage screaming about Russian stuff. My bad. Now, what I will say is, this is kind of making me aware of knee-jerk reactions are probably not the best thing in the world. You're looking at this. I honestly saw this and I thought two things. Oh my God, the stupid fucking Russian propaganda shit has driven hold in somebody's brain so much that they're on stage screaming at Sanders about this. And if it's in their head so much that they're screaming at Sanders about this, is it possible that they'll go further? That was my thought. So, nevertheless, I thought it was wrong. This guy's apparently a Green Party member at the very least, so he says. And he was pushing back against the Russia stuff and is angry at Sanders because Sanders wasn't being stronger on it. Leave it at that. My fuck up. Oops. Alright guys, if you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support through Patreon. Thanks guys.